Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Railway Empire 2. Where last episode, guys, we've done so much expansions right now. We've expanded more than we've ever done before, and for the first time ever, we created our own passenger route separate to our very own cargo routes. And since we've done that, we've started to make millions every quarter. If we take a look at our company right now, our stock value is double to the second company, and if you look at our quarterly reports right now, look at the total income that we've got coming in. This quarter is the biggest one to date. Obviously it does include a little bit of a bonus, but all these other numbers are on the up. Holy smokes, have we really turned this company around right now. So today we might do something a little bit different. I might expand into the continent for the first time ever, and that is head in towards France. Oh, sorry guys, I just sneezed right there. When I mentioned France, I sneezed. I don't know what it is. Being British, talking about the French right now, kind of allergic to them. Honestly, guys, that was perfect timing. But it's still true. It's still true. When we talk about France right now, hold on. I said the French word. Oh, I'm sneezing. I can't mention the French without sneezing. I'm allergic to it. And so is everybody else in Europe. Anywho, this is going to be the first time that I'm going to interact with another company or come close to another company. I don't know if it's possible to use their train lines. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I really don't know. So it'll be quite fun to find out. But we are going to try and head into the continent. Now, last episode, obviously, we did split the lines, which is bringing so many more trains into all of our cities, which is making them a whole lot more busier. But for the first time, I built a second station in a city, which was Birmingham. And what I'm currently doing right now, because I kind of got a little bit confused, because I set up this route. Well, I've got two routes coming from the Fletcher train station right now. One's bringing livestock in this way into Birmingham, and the other one's bringing it in this way. Now, my thought process was, well, this one's going to bring it into Birmingham for Birmingham because it's a separate train station, and this one's going to bring it in there into this station so it can crisscross on the lines. I kind of forgot that they store the goods in the city, so it doesn't matter what station that you bring it in. They can still crisscross on the line because this station pulls it from the city. I'm so foolish. Which means I can technically get rid of the train line that comes in this way into Birmingham and free up a platform for other lines, which is quite exciting. So unfortunately, we're going to have to say hasta la vista this route. We are going to extend the Fletcher train station, the Fletcher livestock farm, and up maybe the amount of trains that go on the other route. I don't know. But we can delete the rail line, which you can delete all of it. It's all now gone. Get some compensation, and we're going to delete this line as well, as we no longer need it. So with that said then, it does technically mean that the train coming back and forth right now, or the trains or the livestock coming back and forth right now is going to be on the decline. But what we're going to do is we're going to raise the size of the industry to level 5, the highest level I think it can be, which is going to cost me 750,000. Holy smokes. Confirm. Is that the highest it can go? Yeah. Which produces 99 livestock. Whether we can transport those is a completely different story altogether. But we'll give it a good go, boys. We'll give it a good go. Now, our meat industry in here. Do I own the meat industry? I do, yes. Which is making sweet profit. But I do need more livestock coming in. We do need more livestock coming in, which hopefully this dedicated back and forth route, no interruptions, should just work out fairly well for us. Worst case scenario, I add an additional train onto the route. But we'll come back at that and see what's going on. London reached for the first time ever 100,000 population, which is absolutely amazing. It can't grow anymore until I build a university. So let's squeeze this in then while it's fresh in my brain. So, I don't think I can actually get it in, can I? I've got a library in, which increases the fulfillment demand. I'm going to demolish the library. So then, in turn, place in a university, which we'll place just there. Which should hopefully mean then London can now continue to grow, right? So tourists allowed from 90,000, 3 are allowed. I'm not sure what the limit is for a city. I have no idea. But everything's running smoothly anyway. Apart from this train breaking down, everything's running smoothly. All the cities are being supplied with the goods to fulfill their industry need. And everything is now rocking and rolling. We've got... Oh, that's something else I did as well. I got the liquor industry in for the first time ever. So that's really working out really well for Birmingham as well. So hopefully we can continue to grow this and move it a little bit more forward. Right, let's look towards the expansions on the continent then, boys. So we'll use Dover, obviously, as the end station where everyone transfers over from. And I think, right, we should bring it over, and I'm going to tear it through Lille, Brussels, and Eindhoven. And then we'll use Eindhoven to be the crisscross station that goes from Amsterdam to Eindhoven to Cologne. Maybe then down to Frankfurt. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting because there's now starting to be different types of goods that we haven't really come across in the UK right now. Like, for example, vegetables. Do we have any vegetables in the UK? Oh, no, we do. We just haven't even gone anywhere near it. Look at that. We're now expanding into France, and poor Cambridge is just sitting there waiting. So, first things first then, we'll build a train station here. Because I can also use Lille to be another crisscross route heading down. But again, I'm not sure how it works with interacting with other train lines if I can use their routes.
Is gaining momentum, don't you think?
Leave me alone. You bully me. Because this company right now, and if you can see, has so many trains backlogged on this route. I kind of don't want to use their train lines. They don't seem that efficient, to be honest with you. So, let's start here then. So, Lille requires livestock, which is really good because I can set up a train line back and forth there anyway. Makes life so much easier for me. And I reckon we'll go on the... We'll go just... So, I've got to think if I'm coming down in this direction, if I want to head to Paris. How would I connect to it? I could... I mean, we can use T-junctions. It's completely fine. It is completely fine. Now, problem is, we can't utilize or do anything until we've got that train station connected up. I can't build a second one until you've already hooked up the previous one. Or apparently I can. Well, it didn't let me do that before in the past, did it? So, this is going to be interesting right now, because now we're going to build a bridge. So, go... I mean, in real life, it's a tunnel. But, you know, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting, this. So, track constructions then. We'll go from here. And... Wow. Now, I won't do a tunnel. I'll stick to the bridge. But I also want it to go straight into just here. Which will be on that one. A bypassing route. Now, it's going to come out this way. We're going to bend this... down to here. Bring you up to bring you down. Right? And it's a 1% gradient. It's now 0, which leads into a 6. That's a 0, a 0. There's a 3 there. A 0. And that whole bridge becomes a 1. I think we can deal with that. I just don't know how easy it's going to be to create our connection across. That's going to cost me 1.7 million. I'd just like you all to realise this. As I choke. Talking about France right now. 1.7 million. I've got the funds to do it. But that is a project and a half right now. Right, what's going on with this? So, building that... on this side. That's now in. Holy moly. So, now we've got to bring this out. And then we've got to bend it in. Why can this not be here? It's too steep of a track section. See, this is the problems I knew I was going to have. I should have planned this a little bit different. Right, if I demolish, if I select... How do I do the... How do you do it? I want to set a... Do you know what? I've got to delete the whole of this. Right, let me at least put my section there and then delete you. Right, I think it's better I build this side first. You don't realise how much of a pain it is to build in this game until you have to do something like this. Right, I'm going to go to there with that. Just for a min. Now, with that said, can I now go to there to merge in? This, we go to here to merge in. This, I go to here. No. Right, delete. The problem is you can't merge on the elevated section, which is classed as a bridge. So if I go to here, and build that. Oh, see, this is annoying. This is really annoying. Can you terraform in this game? You kind of can't, can you? Oh, I just figured out how I can do it. We bend it around this way. So then that would go to here and then merge in. Excuse me. I'm trying to get connections here. That would then go to there. I'm trying to glitch the system in many ways. There we go. All this to avoid building a bridge. It's quite painful in reality, isn't it? Now, I want to build it like this. I know a lot of people want the gritty ones, whatever they're called. But I prefer the level of control that I have when building all of this with this system. So now I'm going to try and get it to over here. So the bridge is a little bit different. There's a 1% gradient, which I think I can live with the 1%. I think we can live with the 1% to not have it all messed up elsewhere. Hear the seagulls. Damn pesky rats. Right, glorious. So it leads into this, which means nothing to us right now because this is just going to be a bypassing section. Which would then lead into just here for this one. So that's almost perfect. There we go. And then we'll just sort out a couple of elevation changes. So 1 to 0 to 0. I'll deal with that. Is that like a new update or something? Because I've never been able to do that before. Alright, straight in. And then this. No. That just merges in like that. Oh, crisscrosses! I forgot to do crisscross applesauce. Over here. Luckily, we've got a little bit of space to work with. But apparently, I can't now squeeze it in. And he thought he was doing an excellent job. Oh, we have to do it there. There we go. Fine! I'll do it myself. Well, that's done. So now we're just going to get this all set up. And then you. I much prefer doing it like this to how the game wants it. Because look at how the other companies are now having issues. Because they've built how you would normally build in this game with the gridians. I call them gridians. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. I rather take my Transport Fever 2 knowledge and apply it to this. It might mean that I have to manually keep selecting all the rail lines. But I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. So, last things last then. Well, first things first. Now, we're going to add a maintenance depot on this place. There we go. We're then going to build a supply tower. So we'll build our first one just here. And then I'll build one just here as we're about to leave. So that's my first train line all pretty much up and running. Which is glorious. Now, I won't do the passenger line just yet. I'll set up the route to Lille first for the livestock. At least get that city growing before we then start accepting passengers. So new rail line, bam, bam. And then in Lille, we'll use line, which will be line 8. Okay. And this stop over here. Line 1, confirm. Locomotive, we want the freight one. Only one. Confirm. Conflicts in both directions, that's okay. We'll quickly sort out the lines. Do it on this way as well. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that bit there. Should have left it as it is. Right, that's all good. The train line lives. We now are in the continent, baby. And then straight from France into Belgium, into the Netherlands. Look at that. 3 countries in one. Wabam. Look at me go. Look at me go. So, pretty interesting, to say the least. Pretty interesting. Right, let's connect then. So, it's going to be Dover, Lille, Brussels, Eindhoven. That's how we're going to do it. So, building-wise, train station will lead on this side. And then, can I build the second one? I might build it... I might build it like this. No, we'll build it like this on a diagonal. But again, I can't build it until I got the train connections all set up. So what I might do is take this one, run it all the way over. Just to there. How does that look? Yeah, no gradient. Perfect. Right, that's now okay. I'll do all the other stuff eventually. This is just to get the construction all up and running. So if I built it like here, for example.
The choice of location for your station does not seem plausible to me.
You want to go? I will give you a knuckle butty right now. Right, there to there. Where is it? Here it is. So it's just a way in which your boy can have said train station line running. So if it goes like this, down and up, and then obviously that will eventually go to Amsterdam. This will then can just simply turn off here to go in that direction. So it will all work out. It will all work out. What won't work out is the fact that we're doing so many bridges right here. So this is all elevated. I don't know whether to so it creates gradients. Right, we'll leave it as that. That's good enough for me. I'll build. I'll build, I will build. Bam, bam, we're in. We're in. So, it's just a case of now sorting all this out. So, we'll go out to there and then in. Oh, wait, did I do a crisscross over here? I did, yes. Oh, I've got to sort that out as well. Okay, there's a lot more we now got to do than you realise. So it won't take us too long anyway. Squeeze me. Wow. At times, I cannot believe this game. And bam. Bam. That one's done. So I've got to do the two between this one. Wait, hold on. What does Brussels needs cloth? I know it needs wheat. Okay, it's all... I mean, I know it's all around anyway. But I'm just kind of seeing where the connections are coming from. That's all I wanted to know, where the connections were coming from. In what directions. So, let's quickly sort this out then. And then we can get a... I mean, I'm going to do a separate passenger train and freight train line. Because this is going to be one of the big main routes. And it's also going to go into Dover as well. It's quite an important route in many ways. Probably one of the biggest, probably the most important one. Because it's the line that links the UK up to mainland Europe. So important and also very, very exciting. Alright, in you go. Alright, I've done this one a lot quicker right now. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reporting me in the news. So all I'm now missing is just this connection here in Eindhoven. And then we can get that train line up and running. So let's go, baby. Oh, no. Let's go, baby. And then boom, and boom, and boom. We're done. Right, sweet. So we cross 1, 2, 3, 4 countries on this one route. It's a country a stop at this point, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, we're now in approaching or encroaching. What's the intruding? What's the word I'm looking for? The territory of this. Oh, that's that dude. So the dude that keeps trolling me then is the one who's doing the worst. Hilarious. Hilarious right now. Right, so. New rail line from Dover to Lille to Brussels to Eindhoven, back to Brussels, back to Lille. There we go. So now we're going to sort out the stops. So in Dover, they can utilise stop 7. In Lille, we'll use stop 2. Brussels, stop 2. Eindhoven, we'll use stop 2. But then back to Brussels, use stop 7. Lille, stop 7. And then we're good to go. So if I just confirm that and then choose a passenger express train, right? Oh, no. Sorry. No. I've got to do all this. So this is my passenger route. So I've got to get rid of all cargo on it for now. So my express train, we can then go with 4 and confirm. This is one thing I always forget to do is the line directions. It's the one thing I keep forgetting to do. So now I've copied the rail line, and then we now switch out each one. There we go. Bam. Now this rail line won't be really that good because technically all it can do is pick up goods in Dover and Lille. The other cities don't produce the goods just yet. Well, technically they do because they'll drive the product down. So it's not all that bad, but they're not in the quantity it would do unless I had a train line going in. You know what I mean? So I'll add 4 trains on that. Apparently that's going to be adequate enough. Oh, I didn't do the your company has received a blackmail letter. Its author demands, in case of non-payment, they threaten an act of sabotage on your company. This could affect a certain track or rail line, a rural business or train track. Do you want to pay the request? In most cases, we can avert this kind of sabotage for our security personnel. I'll pay it just for now, just because I don't want anything bad to go and happen to me right now. I forgot to do... Right, this is the cargo one, right? I forgot to change the stations and platforms that they're all on. So this one can be number 2. Lille, number 3. Brussels, number 3. Eindhoven, number 3. Then back, it'll be number 6. And number 6. Confirm. There we go. Done. Nailed it, mate. Nailed it right now. So that's glorious. We now have 3 more cities, 3 additional countries on top of the one that we currently got. Now, there's multiple trains in Dover, so there is going to be some serious delays right now until everyone figures out what line they're meant to be on. I am going to have to feed now Brussels and Eindhoven with their goods. Lille's already getting it right now, so that's pretty good for them. How is London? Has it grown anymore? It hasn't really grown much more since the university. Oxford's definitely growing, so that might be the next city that kind of goes up to the next level. Birmingham-wise, we kind of need more meat, don't we? We've got more livestock coming in. I feel like I'm going to be losing tons of cash over here right now at this point. Is it worth me adding a... No, not really adding a second train. But there's only so much this meat industry can do, right? It's got loads of livestock there. So I suppose it's just the demands, isn't it? Yeah. That is our passenger train. Where's the last freight train to leave? Oh, well, it contains the liquor for London. Yeah, baby! Sorry, I got too excited. Hold on! That's a passenger train carrying liquor. Oh, that's something that we don't really think about, isn't it? Edit the rail line. So, when a new industry gets involved, you have to then make sure that it doesn't pick up the goods of the new industry. You know what I mean? You don't really think about that, do you? You're going to save it all for the freight trains. Now, our first train is making its way down. It is the passenger train on the way to Brussels right now. So this is all really exciting, isn't it? It is all really exciting. So I think at the last stop over here, we'll add in a maintenance depot. But also, I got to put a bunch of those supply stations along the way as well. So maintenance depot for them. You can do maintenance posts, but I can save a little bit. So supply supply, and there's one just there as well. Yeah, that should be all we technically need for now. Glorious. Right, so what's on our task list then while we wait for that now all to be done? Can't believe we didn't get that first one done. Lost a lot of money because I spent a lot of money. But producing so much beer in York, that's slowly happening as time goes on. Connect 44 train stations to your rail network. Again, that's something that will slowly get done. Oh, we're very close to having a balance of 1.7, nearly 1.8 million a week. We're actually quite close to that one. And then so many train stations get you outside of your cities. You've got 15 of those, which is pretty much all industry-based stuff. So it's just stuff I slowly have to get done. Oh, okay. So I'm now the most valuable company. I think I always was, right? I always was, right? Yeah. Way ahead of the competition in that kind of sense. But I think it's I'm just reaching new heights and new levels. Look at that, 37.5 million, my company net worth. Scary how much money we're now making. So that freight line, the new one that we just put down, the new cargo line, we need to help it. And by helping it, we need to provide Brussels and Eindhoven with the raw resources that are around it that's required to kind of keep producing the products. Whether the other cities want it or not, you know, we've got to keep producing it to make them grow. So let's start getting these all set up then. So we'll first start with the stations. So spin this right round. There we go. And then for the train line, we'll just kind of come off here in a little bit of a bend. Oh, this is going to be fun because now you've got to take into account the gradients. And then that will lead just simply to there. Now, how does that look? Keeping it at 0% gradient the whole time. I know it slows down, but we'll go with that anyway. And then we'll lead out here. Run this all the way down. So the track directions. There we go. Now, I got a question for you guys, okay? I got a question for you guys. This might sound really dumb, but I've only just thought of this. So, you know in the UK how we drive on the left-hand side of the road? Question. Do trains in the UK drive on the left-hand side of the tracks? Which I know the answer is yes. Okay? I know the answer is yes on that one. But in Europe, they drive on the right-hand side of the road. So do the trains also choo-choo on the right-hand side of the tracks? I've never been in a train on the continent, so, you know, let your boy know. I'm quite interested to find out that one. Right, back and forth just here right now. Freight train, one on. In Brussels, on the first platform. Confirm, done. That's simple, boys. That's simple to get that train line all up and running. Now, same logic needs to be applied for here. Cologne also produces beer. So you'll be having wheat coming from both. So it might be a good idea to think about how the train line from Eindhoven to Cologne is going to be situated. Probably be something like this. But it is very important that we think about this stuff. Because the train station could come down and do a split. Yeah. Yeah. That's how we'll do it. So there, confirm. And then push this up a little bit. Yo, that gradient's ridiculous. So that's a 0% gradient. That's 1. Right, I'm just running with that for just a moment. And then, of course, bending. Oh, no, 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 no. Bending directly down and in. Now, we don't need to do a crisscross here because they literally just turn off and go up and then down that way. So you ain't got to do much. But that's now set up to use the same track lines and train lines to get to both cities. So we'll build this also slightly a bit different as well. So the train lines coming in would lead into both. And this is where I would utilize the gradient thing. Because we've got 2 lines that will be coming in. So it just makes sense there. That's the only time it really makes sense for me to do that. But then we build a new rail line. So the Eindhoven one coming on station platform 1. It is for freight only. Confirm. Ta-da! Okay, now all the cities have the raw product coming in to basically build up their first and basic industry. So, glorious. Very, very happy. Very, very happy. The train completed with no freight again. Why? I mean, we're pretty much maxed out on that. I can see this city not really storing anymore. Is it a case of... Oh no, it is delivering beer though, isn't it? Sugar plant near Naples. No thank you. It might be the fact that also Holyhead produces beer as well. Could be one of the reasons. Who knows? Who knows at this point? But big stacks of cash coming in. So we're still making big dollar bills on the quarter? Yes, we are. This quarter is just as juicy as the previous one and hopefully even juicier with the additional kind of implementations that we've now got on the go. Very good. Very good. So in terms of our task list then, we're still working on trying to have a plus balance here per week. Will take a while to get there. But yeah, everything else is swimmingly taking its sweet, sweet time. So Oxford is still growing. Let's go to a little bit of a fast forward. Oxford is still growing, which is good to see. Birmingham's pretty much gone back to a little bit of a standstill again. I'm just hoping we are pumping out enough cargo. So that's the passenger train. That's the cargo, which has nothing. I might need to add more on. Let me edit the rail line. I might add an extra 2 trains on this. In the hopes the extra 2 trains literally milk the industries a bit more. Now that is a freight train. Oh, going to over here. Okay, it makes sense why there's got nothing on board. This is the Manchester to Birmingham one. Not really much going on right now. Not much demands going on. But I need to see. I mean, for other cities to also accept liquor, we need to grow them as well. Which that in itself also takes a little bit of sweet, sweet time. But it's all good. Hopefully Oxford will eventually get there. They start accepting liquor at 60,000. We're only 3,000 away. And also dairy as well. They produce the dairy. And then hopefully they'll be able to consume the dairy too. It's a fun issue to have, isn't it? It is a fun issue to have. Now, let's take a look. How is the company over here doing? So I feel like this one isn't doing the greatest. But this, that's the dude that keeps trolling me, by the way. But this company right now is expanding quite dramatically. is this is a lot going on. Paris is decreasing slightly. But yeah. Right, let me get rid of all of this so I can see. So what? Even though London's now 100,000, what can it accept? It can accept anything. It also produces liquor. I don't know whether I want it to produce liquor considering Birmingham does it. What else could it produce if that's the case? Ceramic. Actually, let me liquor. I'm going to buy the building to then delete the building.
Why do you think no one else bid on the auction but you?
Leave me alone. Demolish the distillery. Right, so industry is in question then. Right, this requires clay and coal, which is a little bit out of the way. Wood, sawmills for wood. We don't really have a sawmill on the go, do we? I know we have it in Dover, but I'm thinking of changing it in Dover to something else. A lot of places would accept. Okay, at what point do they accept wood? Wood before liquor. Oxford. You accept wood. Yeah, okay. We'll do that then. We'll do a little wood plant. What's it called? It's called a sawmill in London. There we go. Nice little underpass on the go. Which does mean I gotta then run a new little train line in. Now my options are bringing this train line this way and then creating a little bit of a V. Or I can make it go there, but it's too many. I don't really want it to go through Oxford, even though I've got a bypassing route that allows me to do it. I can kind of keep it all separate. So if I set you up like this, and then in terms of track connections, if I went for something like this, it's a -2% gradient. -2. Is it all going to be -2? No matter what I do? Alright, fine. There we go. And then as soon as that takes place here, I'm bending it out. Oh, no. No. So it only has to interact with this line once, and not many of the other lines altogether. So leave this right down. Holy smokes, it's 11% gradient. I was not paying attention to that. Wait, is it? No, that's a 0%. What are you talking about 11% gradient? Maybe because I used the other track line before. I don't know. That's really weird, isn't it? But anyway, anywho. So we benefit from the maintenance depot, but we don't benefit from anything else. Like a supply tower. So I might... Is it possible to throw it in here? Not really, no. I was going to throw the supply tower just there. Okay. So, interested to say the least. New rail line. From here to here. Our freight train. And I'll throw 2 trains on because of the distance it's got to chew in. In London, we'll get it to jump on platform 8. And go. So London will now produce planks. Which... I say a lot of cities. I assume it's cities at level... So let me just check. Has Oxford gone down a level? No. Okay, so cities at level 3 can... Okay, no. You need 55,000 residents. 55,000 residents to get wood or planks. some reason Manchester's got the industry for planks, but I don't really have any other cities at 55,000, right? Yo, Bristol's at 46. So Oxford will definitely grow with the addition of having planks. So it's now producing the planks. So more stuff to transport. Very good. Very good. Oh, this needs a supply as well. I do apologise. Alright, that needs a supply. I'm going to put the supply there. So that will utilise multiple lines at the same time. Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy. Right, this is going way too good. Way too good this is now going. So we yet to produce our first plank. Okay, apparently we produced one. We have one in storage, baby. Will anybody pick it up? Are you a... you're not the trainer I'm looking at. Oh, Birmingham to Dover cargo. You might pick it up. It depends. There's other stuff to pick up. Yeah, you're picking up grain. Birmingham to Dover Pass. Wait, let's go right out of here. You're not meant to be able to pick up this stuff. Thank you very much. So Oxford's back up to now level 4. 60,000 residents. That's got to be because they know the planks are on their way. Hasn't accepted any just yet. But it's starting to kind of build up a slight little demand for them. We are producing. There is a train with cargo on. This is a one bringing the food in. Or the corn, I should say. There's the one bringing all the logs in. So, do they store? Yeah, they do store logs. So it's just a case of waiting for this to keep producing, right? Where's my sawmill? So it's already kind of reached a limit. I'm going to have to upgrade it. We'll upgrade it to level 3. And see how it gets on. We'll invest. We'll invest, baby. We will invest. But yeah, not bad. Load more involved right now. Maybe I should have bought this beforehand.
If no one else bids, it's easy to win.
This dude right now. The other dude doesn't talk to me, really, does he? I've rarely ever seen him talk to me, the other dude. How's York doing? So is this a passenger train? This is a passenger train. I'm going to assume that's a cargo train. Which has some beer on for Liverpool and Manchester.
Example of how not to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that task for it producing the beer is slowly happening. Slowly happening right now. Lil, how are you doing your own production right now? Is the train involved busy? Oh, that's not. Wait, where's the train for that? How is the farm? Yeah, we'll have to buy a bunch of these places. Oh, Brussels, you need to have the maintenance as well. I just realised. Thanking you. Oh, you know I can build in Dover now. At the railway station. The ability to cross lines with products. So the warehouse, we have meat. Oh no, we do have beer. And we have then clothing. Right. We'll also... a bit of grain. A bit of corn. A bit of livestock. Because some of those industries might accept it. Which will make the freight train leaving Dover have a few more goods on board. So we might see a little bit more growth in the other cities on that standpoint. London's growing. We've got loads of wood now available. Oxford is able to actually accept it. Oh, Birmingham's growing as well. Birmingham's growing. So I could soon build the library in Birmingham. Soon I could build the library at 50,000 residents to help its fulfillment growth increase. 55, it'll accept the wood, but also at 50,000 it'll accept the clothing that also gets produced in London as well. I forgot about that too. You just got to grow. I've got the high-end industries. I got to remember, you can build industries a little bit too soon. There we go. So let's build now the library, which will increase its city fulfillment demand. Bam. There we go. So we'll see what that does to Birmingham in the long run. Hopefully we can get to like level 4. So it can now accept clothing. So clothing from London will now be delivered to Birmingham. Very good, sir. Very good. Have you accepted any wood yet? Not yet. It might be a case where you just need more trains. So Birmingham to Dover. Let me edit this line. I mean, you can prioritize some stuff over other stuff. You know, that is also possible. But I also like the idea of having so many cargo trucks, it just transports everything. Cargo trains, not trucks. Wrong game. Right, 106,000. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous right now. That has got so much beer heading to many, many destinations. I'm in absolute love right now. So that is the passenger route. Passenger. First steam locomotive in use. The beginning of a new era. Oh! Is somebody getting new stuff? I've got quite a lot of research points right now. So what could I utilize to kind of make things a lot better? Yeah, I think they're now moving a little bit more forward, aren't they? Okay, so what have I not researched yet? Reduce the construction of bridges. Where was that when I built across the English Channel? Let's get you involved. And after an auction has ended, the costs are... Okay, well... 5% less. Yeah, I need to buy a bunch of stuff. Detonator. Increases the reliability of your locomotives. Okay. We'll go with that. Oil atomizer. Locomotive maintenance reduced by 5%. Perfect. Grease reduces the maintenance required. Yes. Parcel drops increase the amount of packages in all cities with one of your train stations by 5%. Oh my goodness me. Refrigeration car allows rail line to use dining cars, increase the ticket prices by 25%. Yes, please. The underworld contracts are 5% of increasing the quality of sabotage by 1 level. Reduces the cost of in-service training personnel. See, I don't understand this staff stuff and training, because, like, can you even actually do anything with it? It will lead on to just the... Okay, right, sweet. Covered cab. Enables travel in all weathers, helping in ensuring important transport. Yes, increase the transport revenue of all mailbags. So... How do I get this? Oh, I've spent all my points. Right, interesting. Birmingham's got double growth on the go, by the way. It's amazing how small changes like that really, really aid a city's growth. To the point where it's going to be able to start accepting planks from London as well. And then consume its own liquor that it produces. Crazy, right? But it also helps to have more trains on the routes to carry more goods. That's also a big help too. So here's the cargo route. It's got lots of beer destined for many, many destinations. Which we'll happily accept, obviously. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how much we've now expanded. So Eindhoven's now growing up to 32,000. Lille's growing. What are we up to on Lille right now? 22. Brussels is 20. But we've got many, many more expansions to go. So if anyone can let me know how and what we now... What should I do to interact with this company? How do I go about it? Can I use their train lines? Do I avoid their train lines? What do you reckon? Should I buy the company out? There's many ways in which we can approach and go ahead and doing this, but money is just rolling in. Look at my company value right now. Look at the amount of money I've got coming in every quarter. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, the money we've got coming in. But we'll end it here. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, smash the like button down below. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. Ooh. So good.